Hey there YouTube, and welcome to Big Mike Beard Wisdom. So we finally heard back from Amazon Associates as far as whether or not the application was approved, and basically it was rejected. So we'll get into that on the desktop here, and we'll go into a little bit more detail.
Right, so basically this is what happened when I tried logging in this morning. As you can see, it says access denied. You don't have permission to perform the requested operation. And then in the little warning message they have here, it says the email mobile number you are using is not connected to an associate's account. If the account was previously connected, please check your email inbox as the account may have been closed. Contact us with any questions. So right away I checked my email and I was able to see that I had an email saying that the account was closed basically due to like insufficient amount of subscribers. So here's the comment that I sent. And basically it says, hello, I just received the message that my application was rejected and the account was closed because my YouTube and Facebook, and then I directly copied from the email itself that it must be established with a substantive number of followers and subscribers. And then I asked the question, what is your current definition of substantive? Do you add the Facebook and YouTube followers together, or do you take the highest and lowest from either account? And then basically just thank them for their time. So I tried looking up substantive real quick because I kind of figured it, probably deals with substantial. So on the Google's website, when you look it up real quick, dictionary-wise, it says substantive, having a firm basis in reality and therefore important, meaningful, or considerable, and having a separate and independent existence. From both definitions, it's gonna be kind of one of those things where this is kind of a gray area. So I'm hoping they respond back to those questions, because it'll be interesting to see what their current definition is. So numbers wise, if they've got something where, some other criteria, what that winds up being. And then also whether or not they count both. So if they take, if you've got 4 subscribers on YouTube and you've got, 20 on Facebook, do they add them together? Or do they take either the highest or the lowest? So it'd be one of those things where when you do your actual application, do you want to include both sites, or do you want to include the site with the highest numbers? And then basically once you send it, you get a thank you. Your email has been sent, and that they'll reply as soon as possible, usually within 24 hours. So this is the email I got, and as you can see, I got it pretty early in the morning, about 1:53 in the morning. And the title was basically your application has been rejected, and then the store name, then it's hello, and then it'd be my name. We've now received your application to the Associates program. Unfortunately, it did not meet our program requirements. As a result, we have closed the account under which you have been temporarily approved. Why? The violations include the following. Your social network account or group does not meet our program requirements, as it must be established with a substantive number of followers and subscribers. And then they have an example can be found here. And basically this is just links to my sites again. You end up giving them those links for them to look at whenever you create the account. And then down here they have what's next. You will be paid any outstanding commissions accrued prior to this notice. You're welcome to reapply once our program requirements are met by submitting another application here. For more information, please refer to these resources. Thank you for your interest. So I couldn't find anything that actually gave a number of followers and subscribers that you actually need and how everything works. So I basically just clicked here to go back into the Amazon Associates program and refilled everything back out. So the first time you go to do it, you'll have certain account information that you put in. So it'll be like your name, email address, phone number, address, stuff like that. And then once you get that filled out, you'll move on to this page here. This is the website and mobile app list. And basically, it's where you enter in the sites that you want them to use and to look at. And this also breaks down some of the stuff that in the first video, I immediately went, why didn't I do a walkthrough on how to do this? So it's funny as you make videos that you're like, oh, I should have done that right away. So, but in here, they've got this applications for Amazon Associates program in the US. You'll need to file separately for each international associates program. and then you list out your websites on it, and they break down some of the details in it. So your account will be closed if you do not make qualified referrals within the first 180 days, and you can reapply once you've made adjustments to your website or app. So with me being rejected and closed, I didn't actually make any adjustments, but we do have more subscribers and stuff on both sites pretty much since they canceled it or closed the account. So I'm pretty sure they're going to look at it and go, you had one more. And probably close it again once some items get shipped out. But you fill that in basically under this box. So once you get off these instructions here, it'll show you the next one, or the box you fill it in, and then you can click next. And you can also modify it on this screen here. This is the same. This is the next one. This is the profile. And then you've got your instructions here. So you put in like right here underneath this instructions is basically the preferred store ID that you want. And then they're basically explaining that they're going to modify the name. So whatever name you go with, it's not going to be the name that you wanted. So which makes sense, because essentially, you know, if whatever you named it, if someone was going to try and hack your account or something like that, or someone was going to try and pretend they're you, I can see where this automatically changing things helps out. And then once you get that filled in, the next one is actually the same as the previous screen. So you've got the mobile app as well as the your actual sites here. And then this box here asks for what you're trying to do. So basically it'll be what kind of content do you have? So are you you know, what can users do on the website? Who's it for? What kind of products do you tend to promote? That kind of thing. And then they've got more questions that you end up doing. So which of the following topics best describes your websites or mobile apps? And that has you select stuff where maybe it's health and beauty, maybe it's education. And then you can select secondaries. And then also what type of items do you intend to list on your sites? And then for me, it was basically one of those things where I just did like home and garden, electronics, tools, computer and office, health and beauty. And that was pretty much it. And then it asks about your mobile sites. And basically it's asking if you're like a blog, if you're like a market, that kind of thing. And then when you scroll down a little bit, it takes you to this next part, traffic and monetization. So how do you drive traffic to your websites? And for me, I basically just went emailing offline, because it's, you know, I could always email someone links or something like that, or I can talk to people in person. And then also social networks. And then how do you utilize your websites and apps to generate income? So for this, I just selected Amazon as the main way to generate income. So until we get enough subscribers to be monetized on YouTube, it's going to be the sole thing right now. And then how do you normally build links? And it gives you a couple different options. How many total unique visitors to your websites and apps do you get per month? What is your primary reason for joining the Amazon Associates program? And how did you hear about us? So all those have a drop down, and most of them I don't 100% agree with, because there isn't anything that really, you know, fit the criteria for what I was going to answer. So like building links, I just use whatever the system uses. So like if I'm going to build a link for like the YouTube video, when you upload a YouTube video, it automatically builds a link for you. And kind of the same thing for Amazon. When you create those links, it builds one for you. So the top selection, I think, has something where it's you know, could be interpreted as it's saying that it's from whatever site you get it from. The unique visitors was pretty easy to answer. It does it in large groups. So mine was less than 500, but then I think it goes up in 500 increments. And then primary reason for joining was basically, I think the first one's to become rich or something. So, which is, I laugh every time I see it. And then the next one is, I think to monetize the site. And then there's other. If you select other, they don't ask you anything else. For me, I selected other because the big reason that I'm kind of putting stuff out there is to kind of tell people about things. So, hey, this is a good product, this is not a good product, that kind of thing. hopefully I want to do links to good products. But also, it's kind of nice to make a little bit of money off of it. So it's kind of weird. Then, how'd you hear about us? So for me, I heard about them on YouTube. So I think there was something in there for a blog, and that's basically what I selected. But inevitably, I'm pretty sure that I first heard about the Amazon Associates and doing affiliate links through YouTube. So I was able to create the account by finishing everything up, and then it gives you a congratulations landing, and then gives you your new Associates ID. So the Associate ID is different than what I had before, but I used the same store name that I wanted originally. So back on the second step, the website mobile app list and stuff, where you put in like the store name that you wanted, this is the exact same one that I had before, name-wise, that I inputted in, but it gave me a slightly modified one as the new name. And then basically you have the chance of doing your payment and tax information now or later. And I clicked now, and the cool thing was that it actually remembered the stuff from last time for my contact info, tax-wise. But here you're able to see whether or not you want to get paid by direct deposit. And if you do, you've got to make $10 minimum earnings, and then you select your bank account. Otherwise, you can get paid by Amazon.com gift cards. So you can immediately start using those if you wanted. And then pay me by check. And then this one has the slightly different criteria, in that this is $100 minimum earnings in order for you to do it. So for me, I just went with direct deposit again and entered my bank account information. And then you can submit and continue with tax info. Now, once you're all done, it takes you back to the main landing page. And as you can see, I'm reset back to 0, probably because this is now technically a new store. So the kind of crappy part was that in the beginning, I couldn't log into my old account. So I don't know exactly where the old account was. And you also can't see it in the graphs or anything anymore. So because you can't log into the old account, you don't know how much money you had coming to you. Unless you did a YouTube video not that long ago. So you should have a relatively good idea of how much might be coming. So right away, I went to the link checker and wanted to check the old links that I had, both on Facebook and YouTube. And the first one that I put in there didn't work. And it says failed. The link does not correctly tag for your account. So it makes sense because the new store has a new name. It doesn't track back. So what I wound up doing is deleting out all the old tags and then replacing them with new ones. The weird thing that I ran into, though, was when I took the new ones, I created it. So I went back, and this is for the beard brush for the beard video that I did the other day. And I went to copy the link, and just to try it, I put that link into the link checker. And I don't know if it's because I just made the new Amazon ID, or I just made the new associate account and stuff, but basically it gave me fail. The link above was not tagged or was not a valid Amazon link. So I don't know if this relates to the earlier problem that I had the first time I tried this, where basically I had a bad link out there. But I'm going to give it about a day and then try and fill in the links again just to see what winds up happening.
Alright, so I'll keep you guys posted as to whether or not Amazon gets back to us about the email and then what the numbers wind up being. So if you want, please like and subscribe. I'm thinking from Googling earlier that it has to be about 500 subscribers in order for this to stick, but at least we've proven, at least for now, you can immediately recreate your stuff, and then you just have to go through and replace all your links again. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll check you next time.
Because my YouTube and Facebook must be established with a substantive and then it says hello, and then my name, or your name. We've now received your... Well, yeah. Hello, we've now received your application to the Associates program. Unfortunately, it did not meet our program criteria.
Man, today's a bad day. Something. Wake up. So as far as the Amazon videos go, this one's going to be coming in a lot earlier than I was expecting. Wow, that sounded horrible.